Yep, hello again. It's the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day from very lucky Nick Dutch here yet again. I want to talk more about the states of mind which are necessary for magic. Now, as I've mentioned before, the word magic is essentially the attempt to do something of a supernatural nature. The attempt to try and control ESP phenomenon and or to experience ESP phenomenon and then to learn how to and or when to control it to the right level and quality. The history of magical literature covers a wide variety of different exercises under the categories of concentration, visualization, and meditation. However, Aleister Crowley came up with a very interesting platitude, a very interesting soundbite, which hasn't really been looked into in many of the texts on magic. Now, you don't have to be a religious person to be able to do anything of a supernaturalist nature or to investigate the paranormal. It's not essential. I would say that it helps if you already know what the prayerful state of mind is. I would also say that a lot of people who are of a religious nature have not actually done enough prayer to be able to reach that kind and that quality of level. So, for someone maybe possibly like yourself, who is maybe agnostic, maybe atheist, maybe doesn't care for matters of religion, trying to explain how to develop this particular state of mind is, at first glance, going to be quite difficult. However, I think I can simplify it for you. If you could think back through all your life, alright, maybe there's some moments, maybe there's some time, I don't know, when you were walking through the countryside on a beautiful spring morning and the air was clear and very slightly humid but not too much, and the warm sunlight was on your face and there were no distractions around you. Was that a really tranquil, really beautiful moment when all the care went away from you? Yes? Okay. Well, that is the tip of the iceberg of the prayerful state of mind. However, when we're being occultists, we want to try and make that more focused. As I've mentioned before, when we're, doing ritual work and we've got out all the various toys and tools and paraphernalia to do a occult ritual, all of this stuff helps to magnify or amplify the state of mind that we're in, to almost possess us or obsess us with the feeling and the sensation and everything around us. The suspension of disbelief is very powerful in a well done magic ritual. But it also has this religious dimension to it as well. We don't have to, you don't have to kneel in worship. You don't have to be prayerful in the sense of trying to talk to a supernatural being. It is a state of tranquil reverence in a very focused manner. So, that state of mind that you had when you were walking down that country road on that beautiful spring morning, and you could hear the birds singing and you could see the butterflies coming up off the hedgerows, you could hear the lambs going bang in the background, and there was nothing, it was a totally safe place for you to be in. That's one of the things that we try and create temporarily when we're essentially doing magical work. We use forms of concentration and visualization as well to try and direct the state of mind, try and direct the ideas that we're experiencing. We make up chants, or we use chants or texts from other religions or other magical groups, and we apply that just to try and make the state of mind much more focused to a particular meaning. religious people talk about knowledge, but when they talk about religious knowledge, that doesn't mean knowledge in the sense of picking up a book and studying it. It doesn't mean knowledge in terms of working out what temperature water boils at. It's talking about a state of intimate unity between your mind and that of a concept. So when you're getting obsessive about something, and that's the only thing in your mind, that is a form of religious knowledge with that particular idea. But let's say you're getting obsessive about something when you're in a state of mind which is calm and tranquil and focused and reverent. Then you're approaching the magical state of mind. Now, with more practice and experience, you work out how the different states of mind feel that you might need for like mediumistical or divination contact, and those for sending a meaning out to do a task. And these are slightly different feelings, and you learn to distinguish them, and you learn to move into those states of mind as close to at will as you possibly can. But everything essentially starts with meditation. Meditation can be defined roughly as altering your state of consciousness by means of sound and or visualization and or repetition, usually with your eyes closed, and attempting to feel different during and or after the experience. And once you have felt different during and or after the experience, then you know that you will have changed your state of mind. I've mentioned in previous videos about neuroplasticity. I feel this is something the occultists should take seriously. It takes approximately, so the accepted scientific wisdom says, approximately 3 months for you to be able to train your mind to the point of actually changing your brain structure. So if the brain is like a muscle, you're going through the same exercises time and time again to strengthen the neural pathways which allow you to enter into that state of mind. So naturally, for different types of magical activity, you will have to practice different exercises. But you start with meditation, in which case you sit in a comfortable place, where you're not going to be distracted or pushed about. You close your eyes and you repeat something to yourself. The choice of what you repeat to yourself when you're training yourself in meditation can be anything. You can just count from 1 to 5. Nice and slowly, repeatedly, again and again and again, with your eyes shut. You don't even have to mouth the words, as long as you can keep the mantra going inside your head. And you can concentrate on it. And during the process of learning this, you'll notice that in the early stages, in the early days, your mind carries on flitting about and you can't keep it on the subject. But it's the exercise of forcing your mind to keep on the subject, which is how you train yourself in meditation. You may be thinking, how do you know you're in a meditative state? Well, unless you've actually got loads of money and you can buy an EEG machine, or you can buy a biofeedback machine, then you won't know. I've gone the cheap way, and I use meditation CDs, and I use something called brain wave entrainment technology in the form of machines called mind machines with flashing lights and beeping noises that actually help to initiate certain states of mind. That was part of my training. Right? How you do it is essentially up to you, but the thing is, you keep it up for at least 3 months and then you carry on after that. Okay, well, that's a talk on one aspect of the states of mind. Another one will come along shortly.